With you something called tone. Most writers, when they write, they want to create some kind of mood around a subject or a feeling towards the subject or the characters. This is generally called tone. They don't do this accidentally. They actually use their diction, imagery, certain details that they put in their writing, the language that they use, and the structure of the piece itself to create that tone. They manipulate the reader using those things. Now let's look at each one of these. Diction. Diction is word choice. It's simple as that. They're going to choose words that create a positive or a negative feeling towards that character or the setting or the event. So what you want to look for are adjectives that have negative or positive connotations. You also want to look for adverbs. Those are what describe what the verbs do. And look at the way that they are, negative or positive. Also look at the text, underline all the adjectives and adverbs that do this, and then you can decide before you move forward whether you are looking at a positive tone or a negative tone. Let's look at this first piece here by Edgar Allan Poe. During the whole of the dull, dark, and soundless day in the autumn of the year, excuse me, when the clouds hung oppressively low in the heavens, I had been passing alone on horseback through a singularly dreary tract of country. At length, I found myself, as the shades of evening drew on, within the view of the melancholy house of Usher. I reined my horse to the precipitous brink of a black and lurid tarn that lay in unruffled luster by the dwelling, with vacant eye-like windows. Now what you're going to see there when you look through this is you're going to pick out all of the adjectives and adverbs, and when you do, you're going to see words like dull, dark, soundless, oppressively low, alone, singularly dreary, shades of evening. You have the precipitous black lurid tarn, unruffled luster, and vacant. When you look at these kind of words, most of them give off a very negative vibe, you might say. They make you feel dreary and oppressed, and this tone is being set in the setting alone. Now, the imagery, you're looking for the figurative language that creates a picture. Look at the metaphors, look at the similes, look at the personification. All three of these things help create that mood as well, because they stand for something. So if we want to say already that the mood that we are detecting or we're picking up from just the diction alone is a negative mood, maybe a dreary mood or a depressed mood, let's see if the images also match that. We have autumn of the year. Autumn is a time when leaves are dead and off the tree, and it's kind of a dreary, stormy time. We have clouds hanging oppressively, like they're bearing down on us. Just him being alone on horseback gives this feeling of I don't know, depression from just being alone, especially if you're in this dreary part of the country. You also have him in the shades of the evening, morning, noon, and evening. The three different times of day represent parts of life. You have the beginning, the middle, and the end of life, just like the autumn of the year is towards the end of life. We have a house with vacant eye-like windows. They say that the windows are the the eyes are the windows to the soul. If the eyes are the windows to the soul of this house, it looks like it's vacant and a very depressing place to be. The next thing you want to look at is the language and the structure. Is it formal or scholarly? Maybe it's informal and slang. These things can matter when it comes to the subject matter and how the writer wants you to feel about it. If they want you to feel depressed, they're not going to use humorous or slang even. If they want you to learn something, they may use some jargon. If they want to entertain you, they may use some informal slang. So you have to look at what is going on. Look also at the structure of the poem. Long lines that draw out your breathing and draw out the tension usually try to fatigue us or worry us or make us feel depressed. Short, stilted lines, short lines that look like excitement are meant to cause excitement. So pauses created by punctuation, these things can make you feel a certain way when you're reading. If you look at this again, you will notice this very long sentence and another very long sentence, and you feel oppressed by the time you're done reading those sentences.